Hey guys, it is Saturday here in the Philippines, and this is actually going to be our last weekend filming here for a while, anyways. For a few months, maybe a year or so, then I may be back, but come next Thursday, we're going to be heading back to the States. So this will be our last Saturday showcase here in the Philippines. Sad but true. So today what we're doing is something a little bit different, but it's something that I promised to do more of this year. Become diversified. So today we're going to call it Square Body Saturday. We got three different square bodies from Autoworld and M2 that I picked up here. I wasn't going to start picking up these type of brands until I got back to the States, but actually I can get these cheaper here compared to the States because the shipping cost is very, very cheap here. That's going to be one thing that I'm going to really, really miss about this place. Shipping is absolutely dirt cheap here. Most of the time, like anywhere in the country you can ship to or get it shipped to you for maybe like $1 or $2 if you use the shopping source that we have, Shopee. It's like Amazon. And then if you just buy from like a person on Facebook, still yet the shipping's probably not going to cost you any more than like $5, and that would be at the very max. Most times it's probably going to be like $3 or $4. So that's going to be something I'm going to really miss about this place. And even getting shipped from like China and Vietnam and Indonesia, if we use Shopee, most of the time it's free. So you can't beat it. So anyways, that's why I bought these square bodies while I'm here. Plus, they're probably even a couple bucks cheaper than like the cheapest guy on eBay that I seen. So another reason why I bought them here. But yeah, we're kind of going to be not branching away from Mini GT, but we're going to just be diversifying the channel a little more because once I'm in the States, I'll have access at a lot more stuff than what I do here. And I may actually have a complicated time getting as many Mini GT cars in the States as I can here. So that's why in the Mini GT R32 video I did on Wednesday, I specified that I'm going to kind of streamline my collecting with Mini GT. So just focusing on maybe 3 or 4 different models, and that's it. But yeah, because there's a lot of things that I'd like to get a hold of in the States. So without any other delay, here's our M2 that we're doing today. This one I like much better than the first one that was released. This is the major square body. I don't know if the other one was like Colonel square body or General square body. There's actually Colonel square body too that isn't done in a matte black that has the bed on it. But the one I'm referring to is the bedless one that was released a couple years back. That one I was not such a big fan of, but a lot of people were because that thing really did trend quite well and it's worth some decent bucks nowadays. Then, besides the M2, we have 2 Autoworlds. And these are the one-stop diecast ones that I had to get because, well, I've got all the other ones. This is the last one in the first series of 6. Then the second series of 6. This is the first one in that series. So let's go ahead and start with the Autoworld stuff. And we'll start with the end of the first series from, we got One Stop Diecast, Autoworld Collaboration, Racing Legends, and this is Chi-Town Hustler. I wish I had my drag racing stuff here because I have the Hot Wheels 100% car. It's identical to that. 71 Charger, they did a fantastic job on it in the 100% stuff, and it would look great sitting next to this or on a trailer behind it. But anyway, so this one is limited to 1 of 2,496, and we have our fun facts here. The Chi-Town Hustler is known for creating and popularizing the ritual of long, smoky burnouts that are done to this day. In the early 70s, the team was booked at more than 100 match race dates a year. Yeah, those guys that do those half-track burnouts, well, this is the guy that made that a trend. So this is a 73 Chevy C10. Still, for me, it's kind of odd to see that a support vehicle for a Mopar race team would be a Chevy. I would have thought that it would be like a Power Wagon or a D100, but still, yet, love the square bodies, so I'm not going to complain about it. So, on the back, you have your list of vehicles, and we've unboxed all of these, the Hawaiian, Jungle Jim, Army, USA 1, Fighting Irish, and then, last but definitely not least, Chi-Town Hustler, and even Mr. Norm had a little bit to do with this race team and such. So, pretty cool. And the people that don't know, that aren't from the States, Mr. Norm is in Chicago, or was in Chicago, I should say, and that's what Chi-Town is slang for, Chicago. So this basically states the same thing all of them did on the back side here. Let me tip it back up here. So over-the-top funny cars dominated drag racing popularity from the late 60s to the mid-70s. Imagine sitting in the stands covered with hot smoke from Jungle Jim or Chi-Town Hustlers, ear-splitting burnouts, or maybe the epic crash of Roland Leon's Hawaiian funny car driven by Larry Reyes at the 1969 Winter Nationals. Autoworld and One Stop Diecast are proud to share these support vehicles, which pay tribute to the racing legends who not only made the grade, but made the sport indelible part of American racing history. So pretty cool. And then just your licensing stuff for One Stop Diecast and Round 2, Autoworld, and so forth. So let's get him off the car and take a look at him. And this one I've already opened. I kind of just taped it back close for our video because I'm going to get rid of the packages. Unfortunately, usually these packages I would keep, but because of packing and shipping, I had to make everything I had pretty much loose. So these are going to go home and, well, I got them right here. These little brick rods wrapped in tissue. So they're going to be in my carry-on bag since everything that I was shipping has been shipped already. And yeah, to update you guys on that, everything made it there basically unhurt, in great condition. So that's a load off my mind. It doesn't look like they were even reopened and gone through by customs or anything. So we'll be doing an unboxing video on my two DHL cases come probably mid-February, maybe even sooner than that. I don't know. We'll just see what happens because I have a lot of catching up to do whenever I get home. It's been almost 5.5 years. So anyways, back to the truck. So as you can see, it has the same livery as on the 71 Charger. Well, the one in the picture is a 73 or 4. The one that Hot Wheels 100% did is based on a 71 or 72. But anyways, you get the point. They all had the same livery. So the Chi-Town Hustler, sponsored by Revell, like the Revolution was. And then you just have all your co-sponsor decals and such. Color matched wheels, which is pretty cool that they painted the Stillies red to match the side body color, and then you have your dog dish caps with the bow tie on them and the black walls. Nice detailed grill and such, and then the plate says Hustler, which is cool. The flamed hood, and as always, opening hood with a detailed small block Chevy. And then metal on metal, and nicely detailed chassis on these Autoworld square bodies. And then you have your opening tailgate with Chi-Town Hustler across it. Once again, Hustler vanity plate. Tailgate opens nicely and closes nicely. So really, really nice truck. Very happy to get this one finally. I thought I was going to miss this one because of it didn't arrive here until late, and I wasn't sure how accessible they would be in the States. So pretty cool. Yeah, they did everything the same, like the blue roof, silver and red, the flames. So basically pays tribute to the funny car pretty well. Just noticing some blemishes on the roof here, but those should probably wax off or rub out. No big deal on that. It's not like paint rash or anything. So I've heard some people having problems with Autoworld with quality control too, and as you guys have noticed, I pointed out I've had some problems with Mini GT lately with paint and things, and other people have too. So these two are my favorite brands, Autoworld and Mini GT, and I'm really, really hoping that they're not letting their guard down and they're going to start slacking like M2 and Greenlight. I really hope that does not happen. We'll find out, I guess. So, number 2 is one of the most iconic funny car drivers of all time, in my opinion, Tom McEwen, Mongoose, with his rival, Don Prudhomme, the Snake. So, pretty cool. And if you guys didn't know, Tom McEwen passed away, I think it was 2 years ago and such. So, that made a lot of his items very collectible and such. And it was kind of sad to lose such a huge icon of the sport. So, anyway, same thing, like one of 2,496. Just gives you the picture of McEwen himself instead of the funny car, which I do like that. Then Tom McEwen's Mongoose support vehicle, which once again probably should have been a Mopar truck. And just fun facts, it says here, McEwen was 16 when he began racing at the Santa Ana Drags in Irvine, California. McEwen adopted the Mongoose moniker as a response to Don Prudhomme's The Snake nickname. So yeah, it's if you guys know about, like, I guess the animal, like Natural Geographic, those guys are like the ones, Mongoose always kills the snake and such. So kind of a good comeback on his part. So anyways, 1973 Chevy C10, hobby exclusive. On the back side, it shows you both releases now. And they're not doing Series 1 and Series 2. They're actually just continuing. Collect all 12 in this release. At first, we thought there was only going to be 6. Because if you notice here, it says collect all 6 in this release. So I thought it was going to be Series 1 and 2. But they didn't do that. They just kind of extended the first release. So we have these first 6. So now we're starting on the second releases, and then you have the Mongoose. Then you have Mickey Thompson's U.S. Marines, which is cool. Mickey Thompson is another huge icon in the sport. Then Candies and Hues. This one I just started seeing on Instagram. I think Champion DJ K did an unboxing on that already. Then you have Shirley Cha-Cha Madani, which is another icon, probably the most iconic woman in the sport. And they have her Bounty Huntress support vehicle. Then you have Harry Schmidt's Blue Max. And then the last one, which is the one that I'm probably going to be anticipating most out of this next 6, is the Snake, to kind of go in correspondence with this, to go with all of my team transports from Hot Wheels, my drag strip Demons, and then the RLC sets. These support vehicles will go over great in the collection. So let's get this guy out and take a better look at him. And this one, once again, had to criticize Autoworld on quality control with paint, and I'll show you why. As I mentioned, I opened these before the video and look at them, so that way I can point out some details and such. But yeah, same livery that is on the Team Transport Funny Car, the Funny Car Duster. Yeah, McEwen was known for his Dusters all the time, whereas Prudhomme was known for his Cuda. But it was Mopar versus Mopar and Plymouth versus Plymouth, so it wasn't even a Dodge-Plymouth rivalry. It was just two guys' rivalry. And they both were sponsored by Hot Wheels and such, so it made it really interesting to see these grudge matches. So anyways, as I said, same livery that's on the typical most popular paint scheme, the red and white Duster, with the blue stripe down the center of the car with the stars. Pretty cool with the chrome rallies and the Goodyear white lettered tires. I do dig that. I think that gives it a fantastic look. And your co-sponsors on the bedside, front fenders and such. Nice detailed grille once again. And then this one has the vanity plate with Mongoose. And once again, opening hood with detailed small block Chevy. And the flaw on this one isn't so bad. but it's not fixable like the blemishes on the roof of this guy would be. Like maybe some rubbing compound will get that out, or wax even. Um, the problem that I found on this one, if you can see it already, is that chip on the passenger side of the tailgate in the corner. I don't know if it's when they assembled it and they opened it and it cracked the paint. It doesn't look like the hinge is cracked. Usually that would be a culprit of causing the paint to chip and pill because the hinge cracked. But it looks like the ear and such is okay. If you look inside the bed, no issues. No interior crack or anything like that. I guess maybe when they were assembling it, somebody chipped this and went ahead and put it on, or the machine that assembles them, the robot, chipped it and went ahead and put it on. So that's downside, but it's not that bad, but still yet not what I would expect from Autoworld. So a little disappointed. And then once again, nice detailed chassis. It is diecast on diecast as always. And the Autoworlds do roll great. Let's go ahead and zoom. Oh, wrong way. So, zoom back out. And as you can see, they roll excellent, nice and smooth. No issues at all. So, the next one we are doing is our major square body from M2 Machines. And this is cool. As I said, like it that it's got the bed on it, and it's not bedless. And this is limited edition of 9,660 pieces. I believe this is a hobby exclusive too. And no hood on it though. But anyways, let's flip him around, take a look at him. Nothing really special here, just continues that card art to the backside, and then all the trademark stuff and very, very fine print on the back side of the card. So, anyways, I cut it already to get it out. Kind of make it where you can flip it up like a door in case you want to display it again. But as I said, I'm throwing out the packaging so I can transport it a little easier. So, here you go. They come in an acrylic case, which is cool. And 1973 Chevy Cheyenne Super 10. And let's pop off the acrylic lid. And let's go ahead and unscrew this one from the base. To be honest with you, I can't even recall if I took this off the base or not to check how the thing rolls. Usually, the M2 square bodies don't roll so nice. They usually have bent axles and such, except for the lifted ones. As you guys know, in my top 5 of the last quarter of 2021, I picked one of the lifted square bodies from M2, and I bragged about how well the thing rolled. It was beautiful. So they do a fabulous job on their lifted square bodies. So there you have it. Chassis are okay. They're a little bit primitive with detailing on their two-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive is on the contrary. The four-wheel drive is absolutely gorgeous. One of the best in the business. It actually is the best in the business, in my opinion. The two-wheel drive one is not so detailed because they make this little insert here, kind of like all their other cars, because they have that tubbed look or the stock look. And this one is kind of going with a, I guess you could say, a little bit of a tubbed look, but I think it still gets even narrower to get a bigger, wider tire. But it does have a wider, like Pro Touring style tire on it. No opening tailgate on these, and the bed floor is raised because the trucks are channeled with the air ride and stuff, and they have the big wide tubs in them from that Pro Street, or for that Pro Street variant. That's the downside with the lifted ones. They still use the same bed with the lifted, like, channeled floor, which kind of looks a little silly, but just looking at it from that perspective, the lifted ones look fantastic. And the two-wheel drive ones look fantastic too. I think I have like 20 or 30 M2s or something like that. So I do dig them. Like how they blacked out the grill, took out all the chrome, and then you have your small block in here with the twin turbo setup, it looks like. And then the exhaust pipe just coming right out. in the engine bay. That's why they don't have the hood there, because I guess I didn't want to modify it to cut the hole in the hood. So the like fighter numbers on these trucks, or on the actual plane, they did to style with M2 and the year 73, which is pretty cool. Do dig that. And then these wheels are pretty nice looking too. I've seen these on other ones too, from like the Square Body Syndicate in chrome. This is the first square that I have with these wheels, and I do dig them. They're actually pretty nice looking. And this one, it's not too bad. It actually rolls decent. Has a little bit of a wobble, but nothing much. It's comparable to Mini GT, I would say, because Mini GT is far from perfect anymore with their axles and such. So, yeah, that kind of scares me about them, because I really, really do dig Mini GT stuff. And even with, like, the small things that we're seeing on Autoworld too, just like the blemishes and then the chip and such, things that usually don't happen with them. So, not that big of a deal, but still yet, when you're paying like 10 or 12 bucks for a hobby exclusive vehicle, it tends to be a big deal, because there shouldn't be any chips or any flaws. Blemish, yeah, I can understand that. That can probably be rubbed out. But the chip is not acceptable. And this one here, as I said, the slightly bent axles, yeah, I can overlook that, because I do it for Mini GT, so why not M2? So yeah, it's not a bad looking truck, actually. Kind of glad to get this one, because it's just a different variant I don't have without a hood on it. So I have the bedless one, the Miho Speed Shop. I just didn't get the Colonel Square Body, or General Square Body, whatever it was. Still probably going to pick up the Colonel one, the recent Colonel one that is in matte black, and that one would go good with this Major. So that's it for today, guys. Next week, I'm going to try to do another 1 or 2 unboxings before I head out to America. And I will do one come Monday on the new Mitsubishi Pajero from BM Creations. This is a whole new casting. This is actually the Generation 1 Pajero. The one that they have already released that I actually really dig is the Gen 2. So this is a Gen 1 that is fully customizable. You can raise the suspension, you can change the bumpers. It has a luggage rack with like a canopy that rolls out for camping. It has a lot of really cool features, and we will be taking it from its standard factory release ride height, and we will modify it with the bigger tires and everything in that video come Monday. So be sure to tune in for that. It's a great piece, and you can see all of the customizable options that you can do with it. So that diecast that you see in that window box is just not one that you take out of the box and set on the shelf. It's got so many different options to kind of make it your own. So pretty cool. We'll check that out come Monday. So I left an icon here on the left for another square body video I did a while back. The square bodies that we actually unboxed in 2021. So you'll see all these other drag racing one-stop diecast support vehicles in that video. So check it out. I left an icon here on the right for you to sub. If you have not done so yet, please do that. Support our channel and give us a thumbs up. And then I will see you come Monday. So for now on, these weekend showcases will be done from the U.S., God willing. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.